Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video. Your girl is taking on quite the challenge here. I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 products in every single category. This is a big video and this is a stressful video to put together. I have wrecked my brain left and right trying to figure out what products I want to put in each category because let's face it, in every category your girl has more than 3 favorites, but narrowing it down just to 3 was quite the challenge for me. So just because you don't see a particular product in this video that you know that I've talked about and I've raved about, that doesn't mean that I don't love that product anymore. It's just your girl had to make some tough decisions for this video. So with that being said, make sure you grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get into it. It's been since 2023 since I filmed this particular type of video. We are long overdue and I've updated some categories a bit, split some things up, added some things. We're gonna start off with makeup prep. The first 2 products are both from Rhode. This one is the Rhode Glazing Milk and the Rhode Glazing Mist. I absolutely love both of these products. You all know how much I live for the Rhode Glazing Milk. It's literally a drink of milk for your face. It's super hydrating, but trust me, under makeup, this is everything. Past couple of weeks, I've been playing with the Rhode Glazing Mist, and this has become a true staple and must-have for me in my makeup prep routine. So happy that she came out with this particular product because this spray is the first thing that I do before I do anything else. The third makeup prep product is definitely the Thayer's Milky Toner. This went super viral because of Shelby Ann. I wanted to see what the hype was about because let's just face it here, I am a fan of anything that has the word milk in it for my skincare or my makeup prep. I love milky type of products, so I was really excited to try this. And when I tell you, this is a super hydrating milky toner. It really is. It really does give you that plump, juicy, hydrated skin before going on with your makeup. This has been a true game changer for me in my makeup prep routine. Also have to say, a little bit of this goes a very long way. SPFs, very important, and I have my top 3 favorites I have to rave about. The first one is the Youth to the People Youth Screen SPF 60. I would make this one number 1 in this category if I was doing top favorite in every category. This would absolutely be number 1. It does not leave a white cast, does not leave me feeling greasy. But I feel like a lot of times sunscreens turn really oily on me, mixed with my oily skin, but this one does not do that. And it's SPF 60, which is definitely one of the highest out of all of the 3 I'm going to share with you today. The next one is the IT Cosmetics Hello Sunshine Invisible Hydrating Serum Sunscreen. Wow, that is a really long name. Did not realize how long this name was, but this is SPF 50. Love this one as well, especially under makeup because it's like a sunscreen kind of primer. But I do feel like a lot of people sleep on IT Cosmetics. I really do, but they have some staple products, and this is one of them for me. Again, none of these sunscreens leave a white cast, so you don't have to worry about that. The last one's from Innisfree. This is the Daily UV Defense Sunscreen. This one has SPF 36. This one has the least amount of SPF out of all 3, but I still really like this sunscreen. If I want to have a more glowy kind of base, this one is definitely going to give you glow, but it's also going to give you that sun protection. Let's get into moisturizers. So I have 3 that are my holy grails. The first one is probably not a surprise to you because I've talked about it so much, but it is the Naturium Multi-Peptide Moisturizer. This right here is a true plumping kind of moisturizer. This leaves your skin feeling so plump, so juicy, and definitely ready for makeup application. Mine is very well loved, very well used. Highly recommend. I know for a fact once I'm done with this, your girl is repurchasing. Another Youth to the People product. This is the Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream. Now this moisturizer feels really lightweight and really airy on the skin. I feel like if you don't like anything heavy, you're going to love this moisturizer. It has a little bit of a whipped texture, so a little bit of this goes a very long way. But Youth to the People is one of my favorite skincare brands. They have amazing products and they work so well. And I feel like this is a brand that also caters to a lot of different skin types. Like there's multiple products for every single skin type. The last moisturizer in this category is the Charlotte Tilbury Water Cream. Oh my goodness, she's pricey, but she's good. I used to really love the original Magic Cream, but then they came out with this one, which is geared more towards oily combo skin. It is a lot more lightweight. This one's kind of like the You to the People, but it doesn't have like a whipped texture. This one truly feels like water on the face. It literally just sinks and melts into the skin. My skin loves this product, and it's also a really good moisturizer for makeup prep too. Like I said, pricey, but it's so good. Okay, let's get into brows. Now this time around, I've added a brow gel category, and when I tell you I've tried so many brow gels, and I've finally found what works for me, what sticks. I've tried brow gels that said, oh, this is really gonna laminate your brows. Didn't do that. I do not like a brow gel that's going to lift up my brows after 5 minutes. You know, I want my brows to be stuck to my face, and I have found my top 3 brow gels that do that. Starting off with the Rare Beauty Brow Gel. I remember when I first tried this out, I didn't love this product, but the more that I used it, the more I was like, wow, this gives me that lamination that I want without leaving my brows feeling hard and crunchy. This is an amazing lightweight brow gel, but it's still gonna give you that hold and lamination, and it's affordable. The only thing I would say about this is I do wish that the container was bigger, because I feel like I go through these very fast. This is what gives me that laminated brow look, that fluffy brow look. Y'all, my brows don't go anywhere with this. This is the Ardell Brow Glue. A lot of people are sleeping on this. A lot of people don't know about this brow glue, but I'm telling you, you want a product that's truly going to laminate your brows and your brows don't go anywhere. That is this right here. This one's completely empty. Like, I've gone through multiples of all of these brow gels, so that's how you know. That's how you know it's good. That's how you know someone loves a product, because they constantly go through it. And then lastly, the ABH Brow Freeze Gel. This right here is the perfect brow gel for shaping your brows and just laying them where you want. This one isn't going to give you that lamination, but it's perfect for just getting those brows in place. So whenever I do my brows, this is the product that I start with. Now, brow pencils. I am very picky when it comes to brow pencils, but your girl got her 3 right here. Her 3 tried and true. The first one, I feel like if you've been following me for a very long time, I'm talking years, you know that this brow pencil has not changed for me. The Morphe Micro Brow Pencil. I remember when this pencil was $5. It has had a $5 increase. That is a huge increase for someone who remembers it being $5, but the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil is one of the best brow pencils on the market. I have it in my brows today. I use the shade Chocolate Mousse. All 3 of the brow pencils I'm going to show you are good brow pencils to go on top of a brow gel, because a lot of times if I go in with the brow gel and then I go in with my brow pencil, I have to really draw to get the color to show up. You know, it doesn't want to go on top of the brow gel. You don't have to worry about that with these. The next brow pencil is one that I found this year, and oh my goodness. It is the NYX Blade and Shade Brow Pencil. I want you to look at how this is shaped. It's very weird, but you can get sharp edges with this, and you can easily fill in your brows with this pencil. I use the shade Black, but I do want to get the shade Espresso to try that out. Lastly, more high-end brow pencil that has been a favorite of mine for years is the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 5. Love this pencil. I feel like a lot of us have tried this pencil, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it, but I love all 3 of my picks for the brow pencil category. Moving on to primers, and honestly, this was a category that was very difficult for me, because I was like, should I do a category for mattifying primer? Should I do a category for hydrating primers? First one was definitely a no-brainer for me. The Danessa myricks Blurring Balm Powder in the shade Universal. I have completely used up one of these products already. I'm on my second one. This will last you a very long time. This is a balm to powder formula. It has Upslight in it, which helps to control the oils. She also has tinted versions if you want to use that to add coverage, but also have that blurring oil control property as well. Love this product. This is a tried and true. A blurring primer that has been a favorite of mine is this one from Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Blur Primer. I love this primer. It's a silicone-free smoothing primer, but it feels like there's silicone in it, which, you know, leave it to Huda to give us innovation with all of her formulas. But I really love this. A little bit goes a long way, and it does an amazing job at blurring the pores. So if you want something that's going to give you that nice blur, that more like filtered kind of look, I think you're really gonna like this one. I love this primer so much. It is the One Size Oil Sucker Primer, but I couldn't decide between this one and another one to put in my top 3. But ultimately, I've ended up going with the Oil Sucker because I have already completely finished up one of these and I just restocked on this. So I have a nice, lovely fresh tube. And this right here is probably one of the most mattifying oil sucking primers on the market. This is what I use for concerts, for parties, when I know I'm gonna be sweating, I'm gonna be dancing, you know, even if it's raining outside. This is gonna give you that extra insurance to make sure your makeup stays in place if you have oily skin. Next category, I decided to split up into 2. We have skin tints and we have foundation. We're going to start off with skin tints because I know that skin tints are super popular. I actually have quite a bit of skin tints in my collection. I have 3 that I really enjoy. Now, you all know that I am a full coverage, full glam girl. But trust me when I say I still enjoy my skin tints, okay? I love me a good skin tint, especially on days when I don't really want to wear makeup, but I want to wear makeup. You know what I mean? The Danessa myricks Yummy Skin Tint. Now, what I love the most about this is a skin tint with buildable coverage. So if you want to go light, medium, or full, you definitely can with this. I have worn this skin tint on full glam days, as well as really light coverage days. It's such a nice buildable coverage. It literally looks like skin. It's beautiful. Milk Skin Tint is also really, really good. What's really interesting about this one, though, this is a skin tint that's a part of the Hydro Grip line, and there's something in this formula to where it literally is kind of tacky to where whatever you put on top really adheres to that skin tint. I say that in a really good way because it helps with the longevity of your makeup. It's almost as if they put the Hydro Grip primer inside of foundation pigment and they created this, which is also a reason why I feel like it lasts such a long time on the skin for me with my combo skin, because it just has like that gripping technology in here, which helps all of my products to stay put and adhere to my base. The last skin tint is this one from Kylie Cosmetics. This is a skin tint blurring elixir. This is a very, very good blurring skin tint. Definitely one of the best. Every single time that I wear this skin tint, I always get asked what foundation I have on because it gives you such a flawless blurred finish. It's very, very beautiful. The coverage is buildable. You don't really get a full coverage with this. It has a really nice amount of coverage. I've really, really enjoyed this skin tint. A little bit goes a long way. The texture of this is very, very thin, very runny, but it spreads such a long way on the skin. It's so beautiful. Moving into foundations, this was very, very easy for me. No brainers. Let's start off with what I have on right now, which is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is another base product that truly looks like skin. Every time that I wear this foundation, I am in disbelief at how good my makeup looks. This foundation I rediscovered in my last Shop My Stash video. When I tell you every single day that I've done my makeup since that video, this is the foundation I have worn. It is that good. And I kind of took a break from it at one point because I remember whenever I use this foundation, I run it through the ground. I'm constantly using it, so I took a step back from it, but when I used it in my Shop My Stash, it reignited my love for this foundation, and now it's all that I wear. But this is definitely in my top 3 of foundations because it is so gorgeous and looks like skin, gives you a flawless finish. I cannot get over how good this looks. If you guys are curious about, what shades I wear in these foundations, I'm gonna have everything listed and linked down below in the description. I'm sure you already knew this was gonna be in here, the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. This is also a tried and true, one of my favorite medium coverage foundations. Looks like skin. I feel like we're kind of seeing a little trend here with me. I love foundations that look like skin, but still give me some sort of coverage. This is that foundation for me. This is one of those foundations that I feel safe enough to travel with because I know it's not going to let me down. Lastly, the One Size Turn Up the Base Foundation. This is one of the best full coverage foundations because it feels lightweight on the skin. It has that full coverage, wears really well, and doesn't look cakey. Moving on to concealers, y'all are going to see I like a concealer that covers really well. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. Chef's kiss. When I tell y'all they was in the lab when they came up with this concealer formula. They were in the lab. It is a very, very good concealer. It is a matte concealer, so you do have to work really fast with this, but if you want a nice full coverage, full glam concealer, this one. This one is a newer find, but again, I cannot put this down. Ever since I tried this, it's all I've been using. I have it on right now. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Full Cover Concealer. This is such a beautiful concealer, and this with the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, gorgeous. It has a beautiful coverage, but it also melts into the skin where it looks like skin. I cannot get enough of this concealer, and a concealer that just keeps me wanting more, that just keeps me excited to use every time I do my makeup, is a concealer that is in my top favorites. You know, it's a part of the HD Skin line. I don't know what they did with that last concealer reformulation, but this one eats. Lastly, the Dior Forever Concealer. This is a beautiful medium coverage concealer. Melts into the skin, looks like skin, but gives you that coverage. It is flawless, and a little bit goes a long way. Same thing with the Makeup Forever. A little bit of this concealer goes a very, very long way. Next up is cream and liquid bronzers. Now, when I was figuring out this category, I realized that I have a lot more powder bronzers than anything, but I definitely had enough to be in my top 3 liquid and cream bronzers, so I just combined those two. The first cream bronzer is from Fenty, the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Espresso. Again, that Shop My Stash video really reignited my love for these products because they are so good. I cannot get enough of this Fenty Matchstick. It melts into the skin, it blends into the skin. This shade is the perfect shade, and I just love that it's in a stick too, because I can really sculpt out where I want it. I can easily nose contour. This is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer stick. It's not too creamy and it's not too dry when I tell you it's the perfect consistency. Next up is from H&B Cosmetics. This is the Glossy Skin Bronze Tint, and first off, the packaging is a little hard to open. Excuse me. But I love this bronzer. This formula reminds me of the Made by Mitchell Curve Case formula, which I really, really like. I feel like the shade is the perfect bronze shade, the perfect amount of red in here, melts into the skin. I love this, and a little bit goes a very, very long way. Unfortunately, this is a UK brand, so it is only available on their website, but I really do wish that they would come to Beauty Bay, because that would be amazing. Lastly, in this category, this right here really, really surprised me. This is the Natasha Denona High Sculpt Liquid Bronzer. This is a beautiful, beautiful formula. When I tell you this melts into the skin, it's so stunning. And I have nothing but good things to say about this. The fact that it doesn't even have a doe foot doesn't even deter me from wanting to use this product, because the formula is just so good. I cannot get enough of it. It melts into the skin. It's hydrating as well. Nothing but good things to say. Powder bronzer. First one, Make Beauty Powder Bronzer. I gotta hold this very carefully because mine is broken. I broke this off. Kind of got it to go back together, but I've hit pan on this. When you hit pan on a makeup product, that is such an accomplishment, so I feel very accomplished. I love seeing this. Like, this makes me very, very happy because it just shows that I really, really love this bronzer. It literally looks like skin. It doesn't look like powder at all. This one, oh my goodness, the Haus Labs powder bronzers. I'm telling you, this reformulation was one of the best things they could have ever done, because when I tell y'all the shade range, chef's kiss. But also, this formula is literally a creamy powder. It's just like the blushes, and I love that about this. I have this bronzer on right now. This just gives me the prettiest bronzy look. Lastly in this category, the NARS Laguna Powder Bronzer. When I tell you this bronzer is one of the bronziest bronzers in my collection, this formula is really good. It's very, very pigmented, so if you ever try these out, tread very lightly because they are very pigmented. So these are definitely my top 3 favorite bronzers in this category, and I just rotate through all 3 of those. Let's get into powder, and then we'll do blush because girl got a lot of blush. Surprise, surprise. But let's get into my top 3 favorite loose powder formulas. All of these powders are talc free, just so you guys know. The first one in this category is the Makeup by Mario Loose Setting Powder. This setting powder is so blurring, so beautiful on the skin. I absolutely love these. If I could change one thing about these, it would be the shade range. There's quite a few shades in the shade range, but I have the shade Warm Honey. I wish this was a little bit more banana. This one is very, very warm, so that made me pick up the Neutral Peach, but I also feel like the Neutral Peach is just a little light, but like it works. It definitely works for me. You know, I can make both of these shades work, but I just wish there was an in-between shade of these two. I might actually mix these two together just to see what I can get, but I really, really love this formula. Next up is this right here. This right here is the truth. This is the Revolution Baking Powder. So I actually just picked up a new shade, which is the shade Rose. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous pink powder. This shade is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom. I don't really use pink setting powders, but this one has changed how I feel about pink setting powders, especially with the pink blush. This is gorgeous. But Translucent is the shade that I use all the time. This is what I have on today, and I love these powders, and the fact that these are a talc-free $9 setting powder at the drugstore just makes me so excited. Lastly in this category, the Lunar Beauty setting powder, definitely one of my favorites. It's been one of my favorites for a really long time. This is in the shade Translucent Medium. It has a really beautiful blur to the skin. It also has oil control properties as well, so it does a great job at controlling the oils. I love this powder, and I also really love the component of this too. It's very, very pretty. Pressed powder category. Starting off with the Fenty Bright Fix setting powder. I love this. I cannot do my makeup without this powder. This is truly the pressed brightening powder that I've been looking for. This is the perfect finishing touch for my makeup. I just take a little on this brush right here and I just pop it right here in the center, and I'm good to go. This right here has been a favorite of mine for a very long time as well. The Kosas Cloud Set Powder. This is in the shade Silky, and I love using this one as my all-over face powder. This powder reminds me of the Dior Powder No Powder. Where is that? I need Dior to bring that back, because who told them to get rid of that? But we have this one, so I'm not too mad about it. It sets the face beautifully. It does what it needs to do, but it doesn't look like you have powder on your face. So you can pile a ton of this powder on, and it's not gonna look like you have powder on. This is a powder foundation, but I like to use it as a brightening under the eye type of powder. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Powder Foundation. I really feel like not a lot of people talked about this when it came out. Do people even know that this actually exists? Because this is such a beautiful, beautiful smoothing powder, and I really, really love it. I have made quite the dent in mine. I'm just like feeling it, and I'm like, wow, Tati, you have really, look at that. Can you kind of see it on camera? That dent right here. This is such a beautiful blurring and smoothing powder. I had to put it in this category because I don't really use powder foundations as a powder foundation. I like to use them as like what I would do with a pressed powder. Moving right along to blushes. My favorite part. Y'all know I get excited when it comes to a blush. I get excited. I love me a good blush. This was hard, okay? I thought the primers were hard. This was hard, okay? This is hard for me. I feel like when it came down to it, especially the powder category, I already knew what was gonna be my top three. The first formula, the NARS powder blushes. I live for these blushes, and I feel like if you're the kind of person who loves a more buildable blush, a blush that doesn't have a lot of pigment right off the bat, these are the blushes for you. Now I'm talking the reformulated version of these blushes. So I have on the shade Teased today. Let me find it. I wish that they did colorful packaging so you can kind of see what you're grabbing, because it's everything looks the same. But this is the shade that I have on today. This is one of my favorite shades. It's like a really vibrant fuchsia kind of color. It's gorgeous. I really love these powder blushes because they're perfect for every day. They're buildable. They just melt into the skin. It doesn't look like you have powder on, which I really, really love. Like, they truly become one with the skin. The other formula is the Haus Labs Powder Blush Formula. These are everything. I always describe these as like a creamy powder, and that's truly how I feel about these. One thing about it, I have to say, Haus Labs needs to give us more blush shades, because what are they doing? This is such an amazing formula. I would hate to see them not add to it. You know what I mean? Like, add to the range. Look at this. Like, that's gorgeous. This is the shade Watermelon Bliss. I need them to bring this one back. This is Acai Sky. We need Acai Sky back. I don't use this one on my channel. I use it on my own time because it really hurts that if you asked what blush I was wearing and I said this one and you couldn't get it, that would not be very good. To wear something you can't even get. So I wear that on my own time all the time. I love it. But the other two, The watermelon shade in this one you can get right now. This one is the shade Dragon Fruit Days. If you like a more bubblegum pink, this is the one for you. Lastly, for powder blushes, I had to put the Patrick Ta powder blushes. One thing I noticed with these, like I love both formulas in here, but I find myself always gravitating to the powders more. Like I would go in with another cream blush and then top it with one of these powders. So I was like, hello Tati, you might as well use this one in your top 3 because you're always reaching for these powder blushes. Unpopular opinion though, I would love if he made these separately. Like if he would make the powder separate or the cream separate, but I know for a business standpoint that wouldn't make sense because the appeal is that you get a cream and a powder blush in one compact. So I know that what I'm asking for is not gonna happen. I'm not gonna say never, it's not gonna happen because he did have powder blushes on their own, but he did get rid of it. So I guess he was like, these are just better. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to tap into this one. This is one of my favorite fall winter colors. She's Wanted. Do y'all remember when this came out? How many people were raving about this? Everyone was trying this and it looked good on everyone. Everyone. I also really enjoyed this Barbie collab one. I love this blush right here. This is beautiful. This shade is beautiful on literally everyone. I kind of hope that we see another collab this year. This is one of his best releases, honestly. Moving into cream blushes, I knew that these were gonna be in this category because listen, these are truly one of my favorite cream blushes in my entire collection. It is a gorgeous blush. These are from H&B Cosmetics, and when I tell y'all, these are literally the cream blush that I keep gravitating to. I'm wearing Muted 9 today. Let me find it. The muted shades that H&B Cosmetics came out with are everything, because when I tell y'all, like, this is a gorgeous plummy kind of pink. Beautiful. I really love this, and these have a ton of pigment. Next up, Made by Mitchell blushes. These are a tried and true formula. These have been one of my favorites for a very long time, and I love this formula because it is literally like a blurring soft matte kind of blush. You put it on the cheeks, it has like this blur to them. Beautiful. This is one of my favorite shades, Cherry Cola, and this is actually a restock because I completely finished up my other Cherry Cola. That is very good for me. Finishing up an entire blush, y'all. Crazy. So this is my restock of Cherry Cola. Lastly, for cream blush, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Blushes. If you know, you know. These are stunning. They have so much pigment to them. They're a cream to powder formula. These are a true gem from her, and I cannot get enough of these. So happy that she added Red Velvet to her permanent line because listen, y'all. Red Velvet is that girl, y'all. Highlighters, then face palettes. So my top 3 favorite highlighters are the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Oh Darling. I love the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finishes because they literally look wet on the skin. The Dior Backstage Highlighter Palette, I'm actually really excited because I saw that they're coming out with more palettes. I cannot wait to get my hands on the reformulation, even though this formula is already very good. Same kind of effect that the MAC one gives. I feel like this gives more of like a wet kind of finish. Lastly, the Comet case from Made by Mitchell. I've really been enjoying, especially this shade right here as like a blush topper, because you do have blush toppers in here, but you also have, you know, more highlighter kind of shades, but essentially they're all highlighters. All right, so for face palettes, don't really use too many face palettes, but if I had to choose my top 3, we all know that the Curve case was definitely gonna be in this category. This is the shade Deep, and hello, I live for this Curve case. Truly, I live for this. This formula is so blendable, sets beautifully with the powder as well. This is just, it's gorgeous. Look at this. You can look, you guys can see how much I've loved and used this palette right here. Cannot get enough of this. The other 2 palettes are from Hourglass. I really love the Hourglass formula of their powders. They're beautiful. Now this palette is the one that I made, so of course it had to be in this category. Hello, because I created this one when they did those custom palettes. I use all of these just about every single day as like a blush topper or the highlighter. I love to use this as my inner corner highlighter or my nose highlight. This blush is stunning. This is the shade Sunset Glow. We have Sunset Glow, Burnished Glow, and At Night. At Night is also really pretty. It's like a mauve-y kind of color, and then Burnished Glow is a gorgeous orange. I love using these as like blush toppers as well. I can use them on their own if I want to. Burnish Glow has a lot of glow in it, so I really like to use this more of like a blush topper on top of an orange blush. But the other two I love, and I also love using at night as like a mid-tony kind of blush. Hourglass powders don't swatch the best, but I will just swatch it here so you can kind of see. This palette was from I think this was the holiday collection last year. I love this palette. I have this highlighter on today. I love using this as like a mid-tone kind of blush, this blush on its own. Same thing with this one, kind of like a blush topper. Sucks that it was limited edition because it's so good. Every time I travel, I take this because it literally has everything that I need in here. Mascaras. All of these are amazing mascaras, so I'm just going to quickly go through these. We have the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. I have loved this mascara for years. This is probably one of my most repurchased mascaras in my entire collection. I feel like this gives me length, volume, and curl. Holfi Mascara, love this one. This is a tubing mascara. When I tell y'all, it's so satisfying to take off every night. I love using this as like my everyday mascara when I don't wear lashes. This is perfect. Gives me length and volume, which I really enjoy. And then this one, the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal Mascara, is so good for my bottom lashes, but also at separating and giving me lengths. As far as eyeliners, these are my top three. The Made by Mitchell Gel Liner. A little bit of this on today in the shade Dark Hour. It's basically like a black gel liner. I find that if you're a beginner at liner, gel liners are a lot easier to work with because you just use, you know, an angled eyeshadow brush or angled liner brush, and you can get a little bit more precision and you can really build it up a little bit more rather than going in with a liquid liner. You're like, you got straight off pigment right off the bat. My two favorite liquid liners are these two. We have the One Size Point Made liquid liner and the Rare Beauty liquid liner. Both of these amazing, and they dry true matte. They don't dry like that shiny matte, which I don't love shiny matte. They dry true matte. Let's do setting sprays. First two are from One Size. Surprise, surprise. Powder Melt Setting Spray is the best at melting those powders together, making your makeup not look cakey. This gives you life to your makeup. This is one of those sprays I will always repurchase. Same thing with this one. This one is really going to be a tried and true. If you know you want that waterproof, sweat proof, transfer proof, that true proof makeup base, this is going to give that to you. But I also love that this one has that added SPF in here. Lastly in this category, the Fenty Beauty You Mist Setting Spray is one of the best natural finish makeup extending setting sprays. When I tell you, this does a great job at keeping that makeup on. It is storming outside and my Cali girl is so scared. It's okay, baby. Single shadows and like shadow enhancers. I have to say the Patrick Ta eyeshadow duos just do it for me every single time because they look so wet on the eyes. They're so sparkly, and just look at it in the pan. Like, that is gorgeous. They're very pricey, but I'm telling you, they really do take your eye look to the next level. Another product in the top is the Danessa myricks Color Fix Sticks. One side you have your metallic and the other side you have your foil. They're magnetic, so you can take them on the go. You can take them loose if you want to. I love that Danessa came out with a product like this because look at that. That is beautiful, and you also can kind of just like tap, 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 so you can kind of have like that dispersed glitter effect. I honestly love the foil side more than the metallic side, but the metallic side does come in handy when I need it to. Lastly, these glitter pucks from Half Magic. I love these. I am so happy I got the opportunity to try these because I cannot get enough of these. These really take my looks to the next level. This really gives me the effect of the Danessa myricks because you can do like that dispersed glitter if you want. Kind of a lot. I grabbed a lot. Or you can just swatch it on and it looks like this. Like, that is beautiful. And these have no fallout either. I'm gonna swatch the Patrick Ta just so you can kind of see what I mean. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's beautiful. Before we dive into lips, let's do eyeshadow palettes. So I split that up into two different categories. We have the colorful palettes and then we have the neutral palettes. Let's start off with colorful, starting off with the Danessa myricks Lightwork 6 palette. Of course, this was gonna be in my top three for colorful palettes. The shade I have all over my lid right now. You can tell which shades are my favorite that I really tap into with this palette. I really love these more creamy kind of formulas that's in here. I cannot wait to see what she comes out with this holiday. I hope that we get another lightwork palette in this format because this is amazing. A girl can only hope. Next palette is this one from Blend Bunny, the Blends palette. This is truly a staple palette for me. It is a classic rainbow palette, but it has everything that I need for those staple kind of looks. I love having all of these staple shades for colorful looks in this formula as well. Lastly, for colorful, I'm giving it to the Beauty Bay Bright 2.0. This is a bright colorful palette. Unlike the Blend Bunny palette, this one has shimmers, it has the mattes as well, your metallics and things like that. I love this one because it really does finish off what the Blend Bunny palette doesn't have. It has like those mid-tone colors and it has those super bright neon-y kind of colors as well. The neutral palettes, believe it or not, I feel like this one is a neutral palette. This is one of my favorite neutral theme palettes. It's the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I actually have quite a few mattes on from this palette in my eye look today. I used this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade. Lots of shades in this palette, but I categorize this one as a neutral glam kind of palette. This one comes with me all the time when I travel. This is one of Natasha's best palettes. I need her to give us color stories like this that have depth and, you know, they have mid-tones, they have like the lighter shades as well. Beautiful, well-rounded color story of a palette. This one is a true staple for me. I have this one in my kit. The Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette is just a tried and true, the perfect matte staple neutral palette. This one does not let me down. Whenever I don't really want to do an eyeshadow look, I'll take one or two of these shades in the crease. I'm good to go. I'll even take one of the shimmer shadows, popped it on the lid, but you have everything you need in this one palette. Lastly, we have another Beauty Bay palette. Can you tell that Beauty Bay palettes are one of my favorite formulas? This is the Rich palette, and this is a beautiful warm tone neutral palette. It has everything that I need. I have my lighter shades, my mid-tones, my deepening shades. Same thing with the shimmers as well. I have every shimmer color that I could need. This palette is just perfect. So y'all know that I love my warm tone shadows. I really do. Moving into lips, let's talk about lip liners. I have my three favorites, the three that I'm rotating through. They're long lasting, they're the perfect consistency, and they go with literally just about every single lip product out there. The Glossier lip liner, the Makeup by Mario lip liner, and the H&B Cosmetics lip liner. These three are my top three favorites in my entire collection, and your girl has a lot of lip liners. Moving into lip balms, lip treatment kind of products. First up is the Rhode Peptide lip treatments. I love these. I cannot wait to get my hands on the new formula because unfortunately a lot of mine are grainy, and I love this formula so much that I work around the graininess. Stick it in hot water to move around that. I'm so happy that they changed the formula to where it doesn't get grainy anymore because that would make this a 10 out of 10. Right now it's a 9 out of 10. Because of the graininess. I love how this looks on the lips. I love how it feels on the lips. I love how hydrating it is as well. Ole Henriksen lip balms. Love these as well. These are like a lip mask. The peach one is definitely my favorite one. I hope that this is not limited edition and that it stays in the line because it's really good. Then the Naturium Photo Glow lip balms. These are the best glossy lip balms as well. Kind of slightly reminds me of the Rhode formula with how it looks and feels. I have so many Naturium lip balms. These are one of my favorite affordable lip balms. Of course, the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick formula. She has like matte finishes, satin finishes, all the finishes that you could want from her. Though these lipsticks are very pricey, they're very good and very comfortable on the lips, and I love... It's okay, cowgirl. Sorry, guys. We gotta hold. I gotta comfort my girl. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that thunder, but it is very thundery outside right now. Next formula is the Made by Mitchell Lip Sync formula. I love these because these are a matte lip cream. These are not going anywhere. A little bit goes a very long way with these. Lastly, the MAC lipsticks. I use these all the time. My two favorite shades are Honey Love, which you guys have seen me use so many times. It's a really pretty pink. And then this one is called Yash, which also really love. I love my like neutral kind of shades. That one's a little bit more cool tone, so it's the perfect cool tone lip. Y'all know MAC lipsticks are True favorites. The first lip oil formula is the Fenty Skin Lip Oil Formula. They smell so good. Every time Fenty comes out with a new lip oil scent, I get very, very excited. The other formula is the Amicole Lip Oils, and I'm so sad that this brand is going out of business because these lip oils were my favorite product from the brand. I've talked about these so much. I have so many in my collection. And I'm so mad at myself because I didn't get the new pink kind of shades. They sold out before I can get my hands on them. So yeah, very, very sad about that. But I love me some Amicole lip oils. They're amazing. If you can get your hands on one at least, definitely do before they're officially gone. Lastly, for lip oil formula, this is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Lip Oils. They are literally a gloss and a lip oil hybrid. They're super glossy, but they feel so comfortable on the lips. They literally feel like a cushion on the lips. They are amazing. Last category we have is lip glosses. Y'all know the Fenty Gloss Bombs are one of my favorite gloss formulas. They are truly the best. The Made by Mitchell glosses is another one of my top 3 favorite gloss formulas, and they all have different variations of pigment levels. This is the one I have on right now. It's very pink. Leave it to Mitchell to come out with a pink gloss like this and to get me to wear a pink gloss like this. It's such a comfortable formula. It's not sticky at all. They're super glossy. My last favorite gloss formula is the Refi lip glosses. These are truly like a lip oil and a lip gloss hybrid. They are beautiful and they are extremely glossy. Extremely glossy, but they're so comfortable on the lips. I cannot say enough good things. Every time I see a new gloss from Refi, I get very excited. But that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know this was extremely long. Now your girl has to go and edit this entire video. It's probably over an hour 30, honestly, that I'm probably about to go edit down to make it a bearable watch for you all. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I hope it was somewhat helpful just hearing my thoughts on my favorite products. I would love to know your thoughts down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.